It's Nolan. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everyone is doing well out there. I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds to get in the room. I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds, you know what I'm saying? Get you a beverage, get you a snack or something. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your kids is good. You know what I mean? I know some of them getting out of school and stuff like that. We're going to give y'all a couple seconds to get yourself situated. But let me go ahead and just set this stage, okay? We've got Houston rapper Sauce Walka, who came out and went on the Breakfast Club, and he had some things to say about Drake. Now, Drake has definitely been a hot topic on my channel. We even had some people that were angry yesterday at my reporting of former Drake producer Detail talking about his situation and his essays and his let's just say essays. You know what I mean? He got locked up in 2020 for some stuff that he did back in 2014. And then it was revealed that he had did some things to numerous women between the years of 2010 to 2018. And folks were like, he wasn't an OVO producer. Yeah, they wanted him to be that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Nonetheless, here we are today. We've got, again, Houston rapper Sauce Walka, who's had issues with Drake in the past. He dissed him years ago, calling him out for what he calls appropriating Houston culture and not breaking bread with enough people in the city, especially the upcoming artists in Houston. Him and Drake were seen together earlier this year. I guess they linked up at a club, and people thought that everything was pieced up between the two. However, when the subject of Drake was brought back up to him recently, this week on Breakfast Club, Sauce Walka decided to double down on all of his grievances with Drake and his position as it pertains to Houston hip hop. All right. So now that I've given y'all a couple minutes to get y'all stuff together, I gave y'all the rundown of the scenery, and Drake's also been a hot topic on the Breakfast Club, because Michael Rubin was just on there as well, talking about that all-white party or whatever they were doing. And he basically let it be known that Not Like Us was banned from the DJ's playlist, you know, to not make Drake uncomfortable. Even in the pregame party before Drake showed up, they tried to put on Rap Caviar playlist. And of course, on the Rap Caviar playlist, Not Like Us was on there. So half the song played. Michael Rubin made it very clear, turn that shit off before Drake comes in here. We need this man to be comfortable. Okay? So he has been a hot topic. This was just addressed this morning on the Breakfast Club. But as of right now, we're going to get into this Sauce Walka thing, because he's definitely shaking some things up. Slim Thug has come out and said some things in response to what Sauce Walka said. And one of Drake's in-house producers from day one, Boi-1da, also had some things to say about this. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, because Sauce Walka didn't mince any words, didn't hold back. He spoke for a while. Again, as with all Breakfast Club content, we don't show the video, only play the audio, because they will be copyright claimed if we do it any other way. All right? So let's get into what he had to say, because he goes for a minute.
To change that.
The Drake moment was the moment, like, that's when I was like, okay.
A lot of people know me from controversial shit like that.
Yeah.
The whack. I'm gonna stand on the business regardless of whoever, whatever.
It's funny though, because you called Drake out for cultural appropriation way before Kendrick did.
I did. I definitely did. And if my whole city would have supported what I was on back then for the reasons that I did it then, we would have got the same reaction that Kendrick Lamar in California did. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a beautiful thing. With, again, no discredit to either one of those artists, because, again, I have nothing to do with that shit, and I don't give a fuck about that shit, because I'm a millionaire, I'm Sauce Walka, and I made it. I beat the blackball of the rap games, of those type of scenarios. But to speak on that particular situation is that it's just a beautiful thing to see, the outcome of an entire city and then entire state standing behind an artist that represents them well and represents their culture, and just trying to defend for their culture, and the culture itself not trying to mediate or prohibit their artists from fending for their culture, but instead standing behind them and supporting that ideal. And that's the difference between appreciation and appropriation, and that's what creates a bigger landscape of economy and opportunity for that city. Because regardless of New York is the same way. If somebody was to come to New York and try to appropriate New York culture and style and not give back to it, like I don't know who's a good example to use, but because nobody does that in fucking New York. Nobody come to New York and act like a battle rapper or act like a lyricist or act like a fucking drill rapper and then don't do music with the drill rappers. Don't come rap with, you cannot do that.
You can't do
it doesn't make sense. You can't, when everybody was doing this shit and doing that little Jersey dance, nobody from around the world did that dance or made music on that sound frequency without acknowledging that it came from those places, or bringing those kids from New Jersey on stage, or and the East Coast is going to govern that. I'm
gonna cut in on this. I do feel like he's grasping a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because if we're going just off of credit's sake, Drake has always given Houston their credit for influencing his sound. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to use the Jersey dance or the check-in or whatever you want to say, he's always checked in with Houston because he's always had to, number one. And he's always given credit to Houston for influencing his sound. I mean, even on So Far Gone, which is the project that put him on the map, he had Bun B on there. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like the moment. Now, I'm not discrediting everything Sauce Walka has to say in this video, but I just think at that point, you know, some of the grievance is a little bit of a stretch.
The South was in Texas, Houston especially, was supposed to govern that, and you know what I'm saying? It's cool because somebody got to do it, and I did it. I ain't tripping. Bro.
Don't you think Houston probably looks at Drake different because there wouldn't be Drake without Houston? Like Jay Prince's son discovered.
I don't give a fuck what Houston look at it like. It's what I said. I'm a Jay Prince too. Like my word is a law. What I'm saying is, what I speak is the real opinions of the city of Houston, the people that's in the South Side, the people that's on the North Side, the people
they felt like that already. Yeah,
they just ain't got the platform or the voice, or they're not gonna get the response that I'm gonna get, and they can't fade the heat, fade the water. Everybody know I got the manpower, I got the money, I had the validity, whatever is needed, necessary from my age then to right now. Just like I've shown people, it's a lot of people that thought I was gonna be an overnight or fly by night artist or artist that, and then you also realize that I'm independent. I've been independent my entire rap career. I've been in the rap game 10 years now, going on 11 years, and I'm a multi-millionaire, still more relevant than majority of the rappers that came out in my generation or my period, my time period. 10 years later, I'm still making all this money and still growing. So, you know, it's more of a thing for me. Like, if somebody don't take the chance to make the step or to speak up on it, then I'm just like everybody else that's just complaining behind closed doors and being scary, or just, you know what I'm saying? And then what I was saying, it's not make believe. It's simple. It's not fucking rocket science. It was simple shit. If you in this city and you saying like what you just said that it wouldn't be no
Drake without Houston.
It wouldn't be no Drake without Houston. Okay, so at the time, why did Drake not? And still to this day, why did Drake not have no bunch of records with Houston artists? You didn't doing that with Atlanta. If you love Atlanta, and he got it's 7, 8, 9, 15 artists that you got songs with in Atlanta. Because why? Yeah. Not only does you know that the city of Atlanta was gonna look at you weird for not doing that, look at you and feel a certain type of way by you not making those songs and making those moments with that city, but you knew that it was also beneficial for you as an artist to make music with these songs, because the leveling of stardom and momentum, it feeds each other, versus you feel that I'm just the A-side artist that's lifting up this musician. But as far as the city of Houston, you looking at it for the market share. All of these country ass people in Houston, they got all of this land, all these clubs, all these women, all these people in these big ass arenas and events that's going on, but they don't have a large community and representatives of people that are knowledgeable about the music industry, that have resources that can say, hey, y'all been around this artist and you helped them, you was in the studio when they was making that song, you told them to add this and this on the hook, you get a couple writer points for that. Or you was up in there when you made the beat, you supposed to get, okay, y'all was in the, you brought him to Houston and you took him to this club, and you took him to this hood and you introduced him to Charlamagne. It's a feature and a song come behind that. In every other city, it's a long list. California, it's a long list of artists from the Bay all the way to LA. They got Drake's songs with Drake. So how did Drake love Houston so much at that time and not have music with artists that you are uplifting from this community? Fuck me, I don't care. It's bigger than me. I didn't care about the song with me.
Making a whole lot of sense to me.
You know what I'm saying? But what I would like from then to now, Travis Scott is the only rapper that still got a song with Drake. Travis Scott, what I just said earlier, it makes sense. It's an equal trade. It's not necessarily like, oh, bro, I'm helping Houston and changing your life and changing your career. And it's bigger than just saying, oh, well, person wants the Drake stimulus package. Bro, fuck all of that. It's about fair exchange in business. If you are using the lineage and the culture of somebody's city or somebody's hometown and backyard, do something that helps not yourself and your more of your notoriety for your own benefit with the ladies and the people in the city. Do something that actually makes the economy of that city and music and musicians bigger and greater. So therefore, we can have Rolling Loud in Houston. We can have more young artists performing on bigger platforms, Jimmy Fallon and Jay Leno and all this other shit, because an artist of this magnitude is living in our backyard. That's all I was saying. Not just for me, just for anybody.
Literally living.
Did y'all have that conversation?
Because there was a video of y'all.
I mean, I vocalize and have, whatever I say, whatever I feel is something that I tell anybody and everybody to their face behind closed doors. Like, everybody know this about me. I don't give a fuck. Like, when it comes to stuff like that, I just don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been rich before rap. I'm going to be rich doing rap. I'm going to be rich after rap.
All right. So that's Sauce Walka with his assessment of Drake and what he calls the appropriation of Houston culture and Houston rap. Now, what I do think, and for the people that came out and had something to say about what he's talking about, their basic defense is that he was discovered by a Houston person. He worked with some of the Houston class or legends or people that were doing things of note when Drake came out, which means, working with Zero, working with Bun-B. Those were kind of like his way of befriending, you know what I'm saying, and becoming ingratiated into the culture. But I think what Sauce Walka is predominantly leaning into is, all right, what about lately? You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that's been attached to your music throughout your entire career. When we look at what you've done with Atlanta artists, you've been attached to Atlanta since what? Hell, T.I. was on Drake's debut album, but you see that didn't go too far. But nonetheless, from Future to shit, you could just fucking name anyone that came out from here. Migos, 21, McConan, employing Quentin Miller for the writing. Atlanta producers, working with Metro, working with this one, working with that one, 808 Mafia, all these different people, right? So I think he's saying, all right, why haven't you gotten with none of the new generation of Houston artists? And I can't necessarily say he's wrong. I think he's justified to feel the way he does, but also, you know what I mean, just to shoot Drake a little bit of bail, he doesn't necessarily have to work with anybody in particular. You know what I'm saying? He could take the J. Cole route if that's what he wanted to do. Just saying, you're not obligated to work with anybody, right? Which is kind of where Slim Thug came from with his response. Let me go ahead and pull him up. Excuse me. And then we're going to get into what Boi-1da had to say. So let me get to Slim Thug. And I know Slim Thug's not very popular on this channel either because he be bullshitting sometimes. But let's have it, Slim. Slim Thug.
Drake got the pass because
Drake was founded by Jazz Prince. I was staying at the hotel on Westheimer. Jazz Prince called me and say, "Hey man, I got a new artist. I want you to check him out." He pulled up to my hotel. He played me like that whole mixtape, damn near that Drake first did. What's the name of it? What's the name of it? Yeah. So he played that for me, and instantly after he played them songs, I knew Drake was cold. I was like, "That damn it. No capping." I don't even say that about a lot. I never say that about I ain't no listen to your album type person. Like, I don't even like doing that shit. Immediately when he played me those records, I told him So Far Gone. I was like, bro, damn it. That motherfucker got some talent. To see who the fuck Drake is from that conversation, after Jay Prince, who brought us the Ghetto Boys, his child brought Drake to the game. Like, how could you hate on this, kid? Like, Drake is the biggest. And from Houston, discovered him. Yeah, you get free range to do what you want to do, kid. On my opinion, and this is why you do what you want to do, kid. I'm proud of my little homeboy who motherfucking done discovered the biggest Michael Jackson of our time, and he the son of who pioneered hip hop in Houston, bro. Why is people not proud of folks, kid? That's a hell of a family tree. That's a hell of a family tree, bro. I'm proud of this shit. Like, I'm like, wow. Look at my homeboy, man. This shit is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna hate on nobody. Why would I say anything to him about anything? Like, never have I say, "Hey man, I want a Drake feature." I don't move like that. I don't clout chase. I'm not, oh, you blowing up, let me get a verse. I'm not like that type of rapper. If Drake hit me and say, "Hey," even to this day, fuck what y'all talking about. If Drake called me and say, "Hey man, I want to get you on the song," I'm gonna do the song, and you a dummy if you don't. Cause what the fuck is you not doing a song with Drake for? Like, what the fuck? Mainly your feeling. That's feeling shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what him and his beef got going on. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still proud of my homeboy Jazz. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So everybody get on here with their feelings and say what they want to say. And at the end of the day, y'all niggas will play that nobody like us, and right after on the radio will come on, "Babe, I love you, you my everything," and your girlfriend singing that. Why you mad? Your girlfriend still singing the new Drake song, and ain't stopped nothing. So at the end of the day, all this shit just need to move on. Like, what the fuck is we doing? I was listening to the Breakfast Club actually this morning, right? At the end of the day, they knew that Drake had that motherfucking power. They knew when they got that verse what Drake was finna do for their career. I think every he gave that verse to should appreciate that. Hey man, you turned me up. You put some money in my pocket. He did that for those niggas at the end of the day. Fuck it. I'm a hip hop blogger. Hear my opinion, nigga. That's what it is. If I ever get some money from a nigga, like whatever, like Skateboard P, he ain't gave me no beat since we did the first album. I'm a Skateboard P. You can't get me to say nothing bad about Pharrell ever in life. Just cause when we got together, he showed me so much I got some money. I'm not looking for a Drake feature. I'm 43 years old. This is at the top of his career. I don't think he have to give the in the city a verse. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion and why I think like I think. I just broke it down from beginning to see what life is, kid.
All right, so that's Slim Thug basically chiming in to say that Drake basically has free reign to do whatever the fuck he wants to do in Houston because the OGs and the second generation from the OGs have co-signed him, right? Jake Prince and Jazz Prince, of course, they're behind him. They're invested in him, have been invested in him since the beginning. So he gets to do whatever he want, right? Basically, Drake can do no wrong in my eyes long as he don't cross me personally. I think that's basically what Slim Thug was saying. And because I don't know of him to have any contact with Drake in recent years, I think he's going to maintain that stance because it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? And based on what him and the foundation of Houston rap, their relationship is. It's like, I'm not finna go against that nigga. So, yeah, I can see that. He says, anything outside of that, you're just in your feelings. I mean, a lot of niggas say things based on their feelings. Does that mean that the feelings are not valid, though? That's the part that I do question on Slim Thug's behalf. Because when you come out and go live on your Instagram and you criticize things, or you saying whatever you saying, are you not in your feelings? Or do you just be pontificating for the sake of doing so? You know what I mean? Like, it's a funny thing how we talk about people being in their feelings in this hip hop shit. Like it's a way to discredit what somebody has to say. I think there is a such thing as allowing your emotions to dictate too much of what's going on, but feelings are a majority of what we're even doing here. So I don't know. Now again, Drake's producer Boi-1da came out, and he had a few things that he wanted to clear up as well. So he comes out and says, Travis, Bun B, Pimp C, OG Ron C, DJ Screw, multiple Houston producers, etc. The sense of entitlement is crazy, though, the Grammy Award winning producer wrote. He says selective memory. Okay, so he's basically saying that this is the list, his rundown of people that either co-signed or he's worked with from Houston. But of course, Travis Scott is the most recent one. Travis Scott been out for, about 12, 13 years now? So, I don't know. What I will say is, I think Sauce Walka may have spoken a little too soon, perhaps, based on the timing of his Breakfast Club interview, because it was recently revealed that Drake, he now has a Texas ID. You know what I'm saying? He's bought a house out there in Texas, got hella land out there. He's spending a lot of time out there in Houston. He just got his ID sent back in the mail. So maybe his 2025 rollout is to tap back in with Houston, right? Maybe for the next couple months, him and his team are doing intel, or maybe that was their plan, doing intel to see, okay, now that I'm tapping back in Houston, what's really going on out here? I think I ain't really spent enough time to just like tap in. I've been moving around. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been jumping on other waves. Shit, let me see how I can inject myself into this community, and maybe I could duplicate what I did with Atlanta, since the Atlanta niggas ain't fucking with me right now, other than Savage and Lotto, I suppose. And you could throw Thug in there since he made an appearance on the 100 gig shit, although we don't know how old that hook may have been. I mean, clearly it was, I would assume, before he got locked up, unless he doing them jail call recordings. But we don't really see him intermingling out here in the city right now. He's locked in on Texas. So maybe, again, he's been just checking the landscape, seeing where he could get in, where he fit in, and maybe he was gonna do some shit. And maybe it's already been in the play. I don't know. I can't say what Drake's future holds. I can't say how the public's gonna receive the next shit that he comes out with. It's gonna be very interesting. But you know, one thing you do know is Boi-1da got his back, Slim Thug got his back, and clearly Mob Ties also has his back. So whatever Sauce Walka's talking about, you know, it's going to reach a certain demographic of people. It's going to reach a certain audience of people. But for the mainstream, for the people that just follow what Drake has going on, for the people that just need top 40 hits, for the people that, you know, want to dance and wave their hands, I don't think they're going to be giving two shits what Sauce Walka's talking about, right? A lot of people don't even know who Sauce Walka is, probably never heard Whack the Whack to begin with, which was a pretty scathing Drake diss at the time when it came out. But there's that. Sauce Walka also ruffled Bun B's feathers in the same interview, basically saying that Bun B is not from Houston, to which Bun B had to come out and defend himself. So, you know, in that piece, he says, no disrespect to Bun B, but he's from Port Arthur. You know, he always claims PA. He says he's not from Houston. This is Houston, Texas we talking about. Bun B jumped out on Instagram and he said, born in Houston, Northwood Manor. Moved to Westside, PA in 6th grade, none taken. Okay? So, you know, 6th grade, you about what, 11, 12 years old? So up to that point, he was in Houston, then he migrated and he been repping PA, but you can't never say nothing about him repping Houston because he just let it be known, nigga. That's my origin. Now, we haven't seen Bun B take up for Drake specifically, and I'm not entirely sure if we'll see that happen, being that Bun B is locked in with Megan Thee Stallion. He's been locked in with Megan Thee Stallion, and he was one of the only men in hip-hop rappers that actually stood up for her throughout the duration of her grievances and her hardships over the last couple years. So I understand him being selective about what he addressed. And yeah, that's pretty much where we at. Y'all let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. All right? I'm sure this is going to get a mixed batch of people speaking on it. And, you know, I'm here for the conversation. As long as people don't get disrespectful with one another, y'all start calling each other names and start getting, hey, niggas don't get blocked, man. Over here, we're trying to foster a community of people that can have respectful debates, can share differences of opinion in conversation without taking it over the edge. Some of y'all get a little overzealous. I don't know if you don't have enough, you know, love and prosperity coming in at home. Don't know if you need to find a dependable religion or a source of spirituality to ground you or something. But again, the weird shit will be blocked. All right. And I want to be clear. Yes, I do welcome new subscribers. I do welcome new insiders, but I do not welcome disrespect of any kind, whether that be directed at me or at others that are associated, that are pretty much regulars on this channel. So I just want to put that out there. So mind what you're saying. You know what I mean? Again, debate, discourse is cool. Now I catch y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, king of my city in cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.